I tell you, I was blown away. This is my first State of the Union. I was a special election in April of last year, and the president hit on so many key points that made me feel like I'm up here for the right reasons. And I think partisanship is going to exist up here, but I appreciated him calling out and calling some balls and strikes, and where the Democrats did not want to stand up and applaud some of the heroes in the gallery, or whether it be no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. Those things, I think the voters need to realize that there were partisan votes, and they didn't need to be, because it was about giving money back to our citizens.
Do you see any common ground with the Democrats?
We saw some common ground when it came to things like home ownership. There are some issues, I think, that unite everybody. And so some of the initiatives, we've got an initiative that we're doing that takes 529 plans that allows that money to be used towards down payment assistance. So we're trying to move in that direction. And I do think there are a number of things that unite us. And there was several of them tonight. And the one that I hit home with me, because it's home ownership. I believe home ownership is the single greatest force for good.
And he addressed that, you feel?
It's a start. So where we can find those common issues, we should rally around them. There's certain things that I'm sorry the Democrats are just not going to want to be on board that I think maybe are good policies, but the home ownership, I think it crosses all spectrums. I tell people, when they get to own a home, things like they show up to work, it's the single biggest investment they make. They start caring about the community. They start caring about their neighborhood. They care about the schools their kids go to. So there's so many things that are empowering when somebody owns a home.
So there's talk that he had to hit a home run for the midterms coming up here.
I'm sorry?
There was talk that he needed to hit a home run tonight to help with the midterms. How do you do?
I call it a home run. What I saw there, there was a lot of time is the most fleeting thing we have. We can't get a single second of it back. And as he acknowledged some of the most incredible sacrifices from folks, and acknowledging 2 Medal of Honor winners, giving the testimony of what happened in Venezuela with the pilot of the Chinook. We had heard that, but we didn't ever hear it publicly. For the president to give that testimony, I started crying, because that guy's lucky to be alive. And he almost lost his leg, and then considering what he did to make sure that mission was a success, and then the president to honor him the way they did, to me, that's what America's about. It's pride, it's ownership in this fabric that we call America. And then to then recognize a 100-year-old pilot that flew in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, and never could tell the story because of secrets or what have you that may have gone along with it. And I saw him in the gallery, and this 100-year-old man stood up every single time there was a standing ovation. And I noticed him struggling, because he was sitting right next to the First Lady. And then to know that that's who we were honoring, and to know that guy was 100 years old, cool stuff.